Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to Timelessly Tarot. My name is Betsy, and I will be your host for today. We are going to do your New Year spread. New Year spread. So, what is coming for you for 2020? 4-4, picking your path. This 2020 year is picking your path, is actually going towards, we're actually heading into, I believe it was the Emperor. Yes, it's the Emperor. So the Emperor is the know-all, be-all. They are confident. They are all the kings in one. King of Wands, the King of Wands, taking action, really coming up to the plate, taking responsibility, really leading, being the leader. And then you have the King of Swords, making wise decisions and unbiased decisions and just telling the truth how it is. And then you have the King of King of Wands, King of Swords, King of Cups, the fully emotional. They know how to love on the family, but not in a manipulative form. They actually are loving and giving. And so this is what we're all trying to reach, and this is what's coming out in 2020 is that pathway and that real clear vision of where we want to be, where we want to go. So this is just a general reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If I'm talking about you, I could be talking about them. If I'm talking about them, I could be talking about you. So feel free to swap the characters around. Cross watchers, you are welcome to join. I could be talking to a cross watcher, so like I said, feel free to swap the characters around. Please check your moon, sun, rising, and Venus if this is not resonating with you. That is important. Your rising sign is how others perceive you. So, let's go ahead and get started. I did pull your 12 cards already. We will clarify in the video, but I did want to just save some time because it does take a little bit to actually do this. So, for your first card, your previous year in summary, we have follow the leader. So I feel that you may have had to take a lot of the leading role in this year in 2019, maybe having to be followed. You could have really stepped up to the plate and taken charge in a situation, whether that be friends, family, relationship, job. I feel that you maybe had to take the reins on a lot of things, even if you didn't want to. It could have been forced upon you to take role and take the lead and actually take the reins on a situation because nobody else was following through. Nobody else was coming up. Nobody else was coming up to the plate. Nobody else was coming up to bat. So you, Scorpio, came in and had to take control of a lot of situations in 2019. I feel like 2019 was tough because it really showed you your endurance. It showed you perception on how other people, you're appreciative about other people. So you may be like more appreciative of your parents. You may be more appreciative of your spouse. You may be more appreciative of your boyfriend, girlfriend, friend, because you didn't realize that when they were gone or when you weren't around them, that it was a lot harder than what you thought it was going to be. So moving out, you could have started school, you could have went to college, you could have moved out of town, moved out of state or something, and not been around your family and friends to the point where you had to take the initiative to meet new people, or you had to take the initiative to make the marriage work, make a home, buy a home, be independent, whatever it was. Now for lessons learned in the past, we have rock bottom. And this is a reality check, really. So in 2019, you got a reality check in some sort of way. A reality check to where you are literally, I think that you were able to scathe a bunch of situations. So you were able to dodge a bunch of bullets. But then there was a point in time where you were literally backed into a corner, and that's why you had to take the initiative and become the leader, right? So you hit your rock bottom. You had hit your rock bottom, and there was nowhere for you to turn. You're looking left, right, up, down, and all there is leading to this wall. So really all you can do is wait, right? Just wait it out. There's no going anywhere. And you realize that you can make a fuss about a situation. You can get riled up about a situation. You can make it so dramatic, and you can make it this big, huge ordeal, right? And I think that at some points, maybe you did, maybe you caused a fuss. And even if you were justified, even if it was a justifiable fit, I think that you realized that only you control your feelings, you control your emotions. And you realize that you can't let other people have your power, right? In that aspect. So it's better to just, instead of sitting there and trying to climb out of a situation, you're just like, you know what? I'm just going to let whatever happens. I'm going to deal with it when it comes. I'm going to deal with it how it comes, how it may, whatever it is. And so that was your lesson learned, that you need that quietness, you need that quiet time, you needed to hit that rock bottom, and there was nowhere to go but up. So you've literally almost started over. You could have moved and started over. You could have started a new job, started over. You started a new relationship, started over. Had a child after having grown kids, started over, started from the bottom. You maybe were left with a child, hitting rock bottom, not having a place to go. Everybody's left you. Nobody's helping you. You had to become the leader in the situation and go with the flow. You know what I mean? Aspirations for the next 12 months. We have Spark. So this to me is just a very attractive person. She is just very attractive. She attracts people with her looks. She attracts people with her creativity. She attracts people with her music. She may soothe herself with music. You could just soothe yourself with music, really just meditate on, you really just meditate on music, and you meditate on the sound of music. You may be really into classical music with that violin, or some country maybe. But I feel like there's a healingness around you, or you are very self-healing. So your aspirations are to inspire people to be that inspiration, to be that calm for people, to really get out there and be not in the spotlight. I don't feel like Scorpios, yeah, you guys like the attention, but at the same time, you don't like the attention. I feel like you like to be boasted, and you like to be seen in a good light, but when people see you in a bad light, it's kind of I don't want people to think badly of me, that's not me, da, da, da. And so I think your aspirations right now are just to really inspire and aspire and bring abundance into your life, and change the world around you, and create just a big abundance. Come out of this, rock bottom, not knowing where you're going to be at, not knowing what you're going to do, becoming the leader. But because you became the leader, you are able to reach this aspiration, this spark, because not only did what you went through brought you to a really sad and terrible place, but it also gave you life lessons that you can in turn share with other people. This is almost like the star card. This is how I see it. It's like the star card. Someone who can go out there and give speeches, give beautiful speeches, and don't do that, baby. Give beautiful speeches and be very relatable, because they've gone through things that other people have, so they can better explain how to get through those things. They can better explain how to be healthier. Like, you know, you could be like a fitness person. You could do like go to the gym, and you are an inspiration to people in that sense. You may have hit rock bottom during all this. Maybe you grabbed the reins, felt, you know, but the stress was too much. I'm hearing like the stress was too much. It was too much stress. It was too much stress on your body, and it was too much stress on you. Or there was something that happened that made you hit rock bottom to where you had to quit what you loved. You want to get back into this being that inspiration to other people, coming in with music, you know. I feel like when somebody works out, like they really freaking blast the music. Okay, and now for what empowers you in reaching your aspirations. So, so what is going to empower you in 2020? And I'm feeling resistant to say this because I know that it's like, for me, so I don't know if it's the same for you guys, but the rescue. I hate being that damsel in distress. Okay, I will freaking like try everything before I ask for help. I will beat around the bush and like it literally, I have to like go and like swallow into myself to like bring out, will you help me? Like, it is so hard for me to get help. I don't know why. It's just like that. It's just in me that I'm like, I can do it. I can do it. It's fine. I can do it. When 2020, you really need to ask for the help. You really need to, whether that's emotional help, physical help, like whatever it is, help in fulfilling whatever this is that you want to be, whatever inspiration you want to be to people. You need to ask for help, because other people's experiences and really letting other people in and learning about their life story, where they were, like how they got where they are now, is something that's actually going to help you. So it's not only that they're like helping you because you need to be rescued and you're like just so helpless. No, it's not that. It's actually going to open a lot of mystery for you, because this person that's coming in, or these people that are coming in, look how adventurous this is. Look how adventurous this card is. So here's you, if I can focus, here's you in the middle. You know, you see that waterfall, here's you in the middle, just like waiting, because you've literally looked right, left, up, down, and there's nowhere to be. There's nowhere you can go. There's nowhere you can hide. So all you can do is just like, you know, pop your gun and SOS out to people, right? And so that's honestly what you need to just like swallow that pride, and you need to ask for the help. You need to be vulnerable and stop being like the I can do everything and I'm fine person, you know. Don't be that person to where it's like on the outside, when everybody's looking at you, you're so happy, you're fine, you're great, whatever. And then on the inside, you're like really scared and you're sad and you're depressed and da da da. If you are sad and depressed, then tell somebody that you're sad and depressed. Like, I don't know what's going on with me. Like, I'm just so sad. I'm so depressed. Like, do you know anything that can help me? You know, and you'd be surprised at how much people can come in and help. I feel like whoever's coming in, you know, this person has experience. They've traveled. If you've ever heard of that book, 12 days, 28 days around the world, or 38 days, it's like some days around the world, 120 days around the world. I can't remember. But anyways, it's this person that goes and he travels around the world on a freaking balloon. And I feel that this person is just like, has had their rounds, you know, this person has gone their rounds, and they would be really good to help you. If this isn't an actual person that's around you, then it's just spirit, and spirit is going to be around you to help you, but you have to let them in to let your intuition flow. And that's like having an hour really doing the moon rituals. And this year I am going to be a lot better on actually showing you how to do the moon rituals, what I do. I'm going to start offering as of January 1st. I'm going to start offering actual like birth chart broken down into your actual like why you do what you do, how people see you, what you should be reaching for, your birth number, or your life path, things you should be avoiding, people you should be avoiding, stuff like that. And so it's an actual breakdown. If you download your birth chart, it gets really confusing. And so I am going to start offering those services out to people. So like, share, subscribe, really, if you want that information. It's going to be coming up in 2020. January 1st, I will be launching out the birth charts and stuff like that. You can pay Venmo, PayPal. I'll put the pricing down at the bottom. It'll be, you can have an audio or you can have just an email that you can read. The audio will be about $10 to $20 more, but it is going to average from about, you know, I can't decide, depending, I'm going to make mine and see how long it takes, but it is depending, it might be between like $30 to $60 with like a $10 to $20 difference, depending on if you want it in email or if you want it as a voiceover. So there's that. Look into that if you're interested in knowing a little bit more about you and your birth chart and where you align in the astrological world, to better know how to follow my readings and to better know how to follow other people's readings on YouTube and better follow how you can look up your own rituals or how to better serve your soul, because we are just our soul and our bodies are two different things. Our body tends to do selfish acts in this earth, while our soul grabs us and stretches us towards wanting to do good. And actually what we in the spirit world, we don't have like a, we do good. We're not greedy. We're not selfish. And in this world, in this lifetime, we are selfish and we are greedy and stuff like that. So, I got totally went on a rant. I'm so sorry, but let people in is my point, is let people in. Don't be so closed off. A lot of people could teach you many things about them without you even realizing it. So what may stand in the way of reaching your goals and aspirations is you live too much in the past and the future. You forget to stop and smell the flowers. You're not stopping and enjoying the time that you have right now. You're not stopping and enjoying what's happening right now. You're missing it. I'm just hearing you're missing it. You're missing the life that you're living because you're living in the past or you're living in the future. You're either constantly worried about what's going to happen next, or you're constantly worried about what happened in the past. Like, you're not living in the now. And so that's what's going to stand in your way. That's what's going to stand in your way of 2020 is living in the past and also living in the future. So you need to live in the now. In 2020, you need to live in the now, and you need to take what comes when it comes. Don't live like the Page of Swords, who's always on guard and who's always like, who's going to talk to me? Who's going to, who's going to fight me next? Oh, who's going to, like, someone else is going to cause some drama. If they do, then they do. If they do, then you handle it when it comes. But don't live like you're always watching your back. You know what I mean? Don't live like you're constantly in fear of being cheated on. Don't worry about being in constant fear of losing a job, because you know what comes next? Abundance. You know what comes next? After rock bottom, you only go up. You can't go any lower than what you have, unless you want to literally start like digging into the earth. But if you're honest and really truly wanting to change your life and change the way that you do things, you need to live in the now. You know, you can't live in this rock bottom of, oh, well, if I would have gone back, I know that I took the wrong turn. And then you wind and you wind, and guess what? This path led back here. Well, what if I just went over here and then I flipped and then we went this way, and then you go, oh, what do you hit? You hit the wall. Oh, well, I bet that in the future, if I do it this way and if I then I'll, no. And then you hit the wall, and then you keep going and going and going. And then what comes out? The tunnel. You come out of the tunnel, and guess what? It's a huge ass waterfall, 50 feet. But then something or someone comes to your rescue that, hey, they come in and say, hey, there's more to life than just what you see right here. You see your downfall? Look up. Stop looking down. Look up at the things that surround you. Stop looking down. When somebody's walking, when they walk down and their head's down, it's usually a sign of insecurity. When they walk up and they face up, then, you know, they're confident with their head held high, and they're, you know, you can sense the confidence in somebody. That's when I said that's what I mean when I say don't look down, not don't look in the past, because obviously we don't want to look in the past and we don't want to look up into the future. This is saying, for me, is stop looking down in, like, you're so, not asking for help is also a sign of insecurity. And I will admit that, because I feel that I will be casted upon, like, judgment. I will be judged, or that people don't want to help me. And it's not the case. Like, I know plenty of people that would drop everything to come and help me right now. If I was like, hey, I really need your help. Hey, I need you to come get me. Hey, I need this. Hey, I need that. I know like 10 people off the top of my head that would come and save me. And I'm very fortunate for those people in my life. So if you are one of those people and you know that you would do that for me, you know, I love you guys to death. I do not know what is going on with my lashes, guys. I'm getting them done on Friday. They're driving me nuts. If you deal with fake eyelashes, you know what I mean. So I'm so sorry. I look like a freaking crazy person. Don't mind me. Okay. Anyways, so living in the now, huh? It's a lot of past stuff that we're working out, but that is, I mean, that's kind of goes in with what we're doing this year. So for couples, I got, you know, what is your relationship and emotion, and what is your relationship and emotions coming to this year for couples? For couples, I picked into the unknown. So you guys may be reaching a new phase in your relationship, which would mean going into new territory. So if you're very young, like let's say you're 16 and you guys have been together since you were 16 years old. You guys have always been together, high school sweethearts, whatever. You guys are growing together, you know? So who they were at 16 is not going to be who they are at 40. You know what I mean? So 2020 is going to be a year that you guys are going to have a transformation, almost like a butterfly transformation. This person is going to shed some skin of their past. So they are shedding skin like a snake would shed skin into their new light. This is 10-year difference. 10 years of their life that they have changed. Maybe that you've been with them. You guys have maybe been together for 10 years. If not, they are shedding because we are going into a completely different decade. So whether you guys have been together for a year, 10 years, 20 years, whatever, you're going into a new decade now to where they are shedding an old 10-year skin. So be aware of that. Be open, be really aware of your senses. Don't overreact. Don't underreact. Just, like I said, take the blows as they come, but don't overassume. Don't underassume. Don't jump to conclusions with anything that's going on in the relationship, or because they may be acting a little different. But you hold the key. You hold the key to the marriage. You hold the key. They understand that. They know that. But they are going to be shedding a skin. And so it might take a little bit of time for adjustment. They may be acting a little moody or being a little weird, or just wanting to like try something new, like getting these new tattoos, or like going to the gym, and you're just kind of like, why are you like acting like this? And it's because they're trying to become this new in the new decade of who they want to be. For some, right? If for singles in the year 2020, I think that a lot of past people are going to try coming back to you. You could be dealing with a lot of past people, or you will be dealing with somebody that may not be your type. This person may be somebody that you're just kind of like, oh, I don't know, like a little wary of. You could meet them in the month of April. You could meet them in the month of May. So yeah, for singles, I just feel like there's either people are coming back, or you're going to be meeting somebody that wouldn't be your typical like go-to person, but it's going to work out for you, I feel. So for career and future, I really feel like it's going to have to be shaken up, and this might be a hard time for future career. And in the beginning, it's going to be an adjustment, because you have to shake things up. You have been so, like I said, you don't ask for help. You just do it yourself. You do it for yourself. Well, now you're going to come into 2020 being like, you know what? I know my worth. I know how much I'm worth. Your work ethic, how much you're paid is literally how much you're worth. So, you're like in your head, I am worth $1 million. I'm going to go after $1 million, right? I'm not going to negotiate with these people. I'm not going to be kind and just like take it. I am ready to like grab the bull by the balls and just like go for it. So there might be a lot of like, in relationships. There might be like a lot of really head-to-head conversations, but it's all for the good. It is all for the good. It really is, because if it ends, don't think of it as a loss. You know what I mean? Unless you're like really fucking up and you're being retarded, like then that's your loss, and you're just really messing it up. But if it's something for the good and you're just like, no, I'm not going to down myself. I'm not going to downgrade myself. This is what I'm worth. And you're going to take it or you're going to leave it. And if they leave it, then there's something better for you. I promise there is something better for you out there. This is exactly what your cards are telling me. You have a lot of spirit. You have a lot of spirit that is guiding you. And you have a lot of, if you have deja vu, it is said that, you are in right where you need to be. And I do see that, and I do see that in a way that like, I feel that we are like replaying, the contract in our head. And so, yes, I do feel like it's synced. Scary spider. So for your health and well-being, cleaning house. Perfect. You are getting rid of the bad, the good, the bad, and the ugly that doesn't serve you. You're doing it. You're just getting rid of the unhealthy habits. This is what your focus needs to be on in 2020. It's all about healing. It's all about going on that right path. It's all about getting back on track of what you need to do, what you need to accomplish, where we need to be. it is this cleaning house. You are cleaning up your house, cleaning up your act, cleaning up the way that you're dealing with people, cleaning up your overall health and well-being. Now for your spiritual energy and inner fulfillment is spiritual energy, encouragement. This is spirit coming in and helping you, encouraging you. This is also your spiritual family. This could be your actual family, just people that you've come to contract with down in this earth. So your family, your parents, your sisters, your siblings, your brothers, your friends, your family, you know, that's your spiritual energy and inner fulfillment this year. Is you're really be open to spirit, really be open to getting messages, getting inner messages, like the songs that come up and you're just like, or the, you know, the people that have passed on that just pop into your head, and it's like you get so emotional thinking about them. It's because they're around you and they're really letting you know that, hey, I'm here to help you. So what you need to most focus on in the year ahead is commitment in reverse. So really do not keep putting more on your plate than you can fit, that even goes there. You put stuff on your plate that you don't even eat, that you don't need. Okay? Like, you can't put a mountain on your plate and hold it. Like, you can't do it. It's not physically possible. You need to quit piling all of these things onto your plate. Like, stop doing that. It serves you no good. You don't fulfill it. It doesn't fulfill you in like a proud sense, because you're so freaking stressed out about it. You're so ready. You take on so much that you can't even appreciate what you did for that person. You know what I mean? Like, it gets to be just like a job and a habit, and like, you need to take on stuff that you can actually put your time into and be proud of when you give it out. Like, let's say your friend's like, hey, can I get some cookies? You make the best cookies, and you're like, yeah, for sure. And then this person's like, hey, you make the best crafts. Can I get some of this by Friday? Hey, can I get some of this by Friday? Hey, can I get this by Friday? Hey, can I get this by Friday? And you take all of that on, right? Because it's you. You take all of it on because you think you can. And then you're like, by Friday, you're just like, oh my God, get it out of my house. I just like leave. Just here it is, go. And it's like sometimes you get it done, and maybe sometimes you don't get it done, right? But in the end, when you do something for somebody, you want to feel proud about it. Like, if you would have done the cookies and maybe the craft, which both would be a little too much for me. I would take on one if I were you. Let's say you just did the cookies, and then you got to decorate them all nice, and it's real cute, and then you're just like sitting there and you're waiting for their expression. You're just like, oh, I hope they like them. I hope they like them. Instead of being so stressed out and you're just like, I don't even give two shits what they look like, take them. You know what I mean? That's too stressful for you. You need to enjoy it. Enjoy life. Enjoy the now. Quit living in the future like, oh, I have so much stuff to do. Oh, I have this to do. I have to do that. Stop. You're putting too much on your plate. You need to breathe. You need time for you. You need time to focus on you. Stop committing yourself to too much stuff. Stop. For your most important lesson of the coming year, which was number 11, this is the 11th question. And this is also the 11th card. 1111 is very strong for me. It's very, you are going on the right path. You're being followed by Spirit. Spirit's really, really, really going to come in for you for 2020. 224411. When 2 and 2 go down, 1 1. So 2020, balancing act. You need to balance your life, balance your manifestations, balance the commitments, balance this commitment that you stretch yourself way too thin for. Really balance out your life. For overall, where are you headed in the next 12 months? We have the sad embrace. And don't think that this is like a sad card. This card brings new. The sadness in this card, the only sadness in this card is understanding. I can't even say that it's a sadness. This card comes with sadness, yes, but it also comes with pure joy, pure happiness, because we let go the people that don't serve us anymore. We're done with them. When this card comes is when we are letting go of the things that no longer serve us. You know what I mean? So yes, it's sad, but it's only for your higher power. It's only for the better of everything that you're doing. Everything that you've gone through, everything that you've hurt, everything that is not gone unnoticed, has not gone unrewarded. It's coming to you. But you have to learn to be okay. You have to, that's old, baby. You have to learn to be okay alone. You have to learn to be okay by yourself, because jumping in from one relationship to another, it's like jumping from one project to the other, jumping from this to this, just to keep you preoccupied from really understanding why you're feeling how you're feeling, why you're going through what you're going through, why you're behaving the way that you are. I feel like you try to entertain yourself with all these things, and maybe that's why you're being asked to stop committing yourself to so much, so that you can dedicate your time, dedicate your feelings, dedicate your what you really need to do, and focus, because you've been so distracted that you need to like bring it back. Let's bring it back this year. Let's bring it back in 2020, and we're going to get back on track, right? Exactly, back on track. So let's go ahead and clarify. What are we going to be working on? What is this spark card? What is this spark card that we're going to be working on? The spark card that we're going to be working on. What is this that we're going to be working on? What is this? So this is going to open the door to a lot of options. It's going to open the door to a lot of things that are going to grow whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you want to put your soul into. You're going to have a lot of options, and you're going to have a lot of things going on to put this in perspective. And it's not to say that it's like you're taking on more stuff. This is what you need to focus on. This is why you need to stop committing yourself to so much stuff, because you have your own stuff going on that you're really avoiding, that you're really not tending to. And so you're just sorry guys, my phone stopped recording for a minute. So anyways, you're just being asked to stop the toxic self-infliction, the toxic self-talk, the toxic emotional eating, and just like feeding yourself full of like toxins, over drinking, doing drugs, stuff like that. So you're putting a stop to that, putting a stop to the toxic situations in your life, the toxic habits, because you know that what you need to work on, you have a lot of stuff that you need to work on. You're working on a lot of things over here, but it's going to get you to where you need to be. So what is this in our storm field, in our job? What is this that we're gonna run into? What are we gonna run into? What are we gonna run into? We're gonna run into some sleepless nights. We might run into some victim mentality, feeling like you're stuck. You are going to head towards the better, though. Like I said, you know, look at this storm. Look at the storm. There is always the calm before the storm, and here's the sun, and there's you going for it. So like I said before, just because it rumbles up, just because it causes a scene, just because it causes a fight, and just because you make a rustle, like you ruffle people's feathers and you just like blow, you know, you're blowing through that bitch. You're like coming out and like telling it how it is and really sticking up for yourself and saying, no, I'm not, I am worth what I am, and I'm not going to go under that. This is that. You take it or leave it. You know, I'm going to go for what I want to go for. I'm going to go for this. At first, it's going to feel like this. You're going to lose sleep over it, and you're going to feel like you're stuck. But then after that storm rides, and after you realize that you were in the right, and that you're right about everything that you said to this person, everything that you had to say to this company, your boss, your friend, your lover, whatever, you're good. You go into a good setting. You go into the good, into the light. And people are going to fight for that victory. People are going to fight you tooth and nail so you don't become victorious. Know that. So you need to be brave, and you will bring down the house. You give me what I want. And that's not saying that you come in not knowing a damn thing and you demand what you want. No, it's because you know everything, you know what you're worth, and you're not going to settle for anything less because you know your worth. So you will come in here and you will be a bull in a china shop. Shit will fly. It will be a shit storm to get what you need. And there will be people that will fight you tooth and nail so that you never see that victory. But guess what? I'm doing it. With or without your approval. Clarify this sad embrace. Yep. Cutting bitches out. Exactly. It's exactly what I said. Cutting people out that don't matter. Cutting people and situations. Yes, it's going to be sad. Yes, it's going to hurt. Yes, you're going to have to take that chance. You're going to have to go into this, the unknown. You're going to have to take that leap of faith. You're going to have to jump in it like the Knight of Wands. He is so brave. He doesn't care. He's going in there. He's going to go in that war, and he's going to fight the fight. They're going to bring down the house. But in the end, for the greater good. She's going to come out victorious. She's going to... Oh, no. Sorry, I thought this was the Queen of... Anyways, I think... I saw the Queen of Swords, so I'm just going to take it as the Queen of Swords, cutting people out. The Temperance is here. So even though you're going to be cutting people out, really taking that, you are still going to come in this healing energy. You're really going to be able to heal when you're in this energy of the sad embrace, when you're done and you've cut people out and you're feeling the loneliness. That's when your healing is going to be starting. Clarify the sad embrace. Yeah, you're going to be working and just really trying to perfect your relationships, trying to perfect your job, trying to perfect yourself. Coming up and sticking up for yourself. Excuse me. Partnering up and really going towards your path. Partnering up with people that serve you and they're in your vibe, in your circle of where you need to go. And if you're not around those people, then you need to get around those people. You need to get around the people that are going to help you to go to rise above, to get where you need to be. You know what I mean? Are there any major things? What major things are going to happen for Scorpio in 2020? What major things are going to happen for Scorpio in 2020? What major things are going to happen for Scorpio in 2020? What major things are going to happen for Scorpio in 2020? You carry some sort of like protecting yourself. Like you're always on guard and you're always like thinking, like I said, thinking that something's going to happen. It's always above, you know, living in the ghost land of like past and future. I feel like you could hold some sort of grudge against the father of your kids or your actual father. So being guarded, maybe always thinking like they're going to let you down in some sort of way, or always thinking like something's going to happen. You could be like on guard for something. If they have like health issues, you're like constantly worried that something's going to happen to them, or constantly like thinking about, so there's always something happening with them, you know. If it's not your father, it's like a fatherly figure. This could also just be like some father type. If it's not you don't have a father, or you don't know your father, it's the masculine, it's your grandfather, you know, someone that you're worried about. It's your husband, father of your kids, that type. Or this could be like a boss that's like manipulative, you know what I mean? Like a manipulative boss that you're constantly like, oh my God, what next? So there could be also people that like dog on your ideas. So be confident in yourself, be confident in your ideas. You're saying no to manipulative energies. You're saying no to manipulative people now, when in the past you probably took the manipulation and you just like went with it and you didn't stick up for yourself. Well, now you are. Now you are really taking control of your situation and really becoming stable, becoming a stable being, becoming stable emotionally, becoming stable and not giving into these little stupid fights. Whatever you're working on is going to be hard work. Whatever you're working on is going to be stressful. You are going to get stressed out, and you are going to be, but what good thing isn't stressful, right? What good thing comes that isn't hard work? So that's a given, you know. I feel that sometimes maybe being, you know, this independence, this mentality of I can do it myself, I don't need anybody, it's going to be real lonely. You're going to be real lonely if you continue to act this way, if you continue to act like I don't need anybody, I'm good on my own. You really need to open up, because it's going to be very lonely for you. Ten of Swords. So that is your reading, Scorpio. I hope you enjoy it. It's like an hour long. No, it's like 40 minutes, almost an hour long. So thank you guys so much for watching. This is your 2020 reading. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. I will be looking at your comments, and I do read all the comments. So thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great night, Scorpio. Bye-bye.